Okay, hello there, guys. It's been quite a while, so, well, hello, and I'll be forecasting again for the foreseeable future. But, anyways, well, today, as according to the models, which I'll show you in a bit, there has been an increased severe risk with now an enhanced risk added from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, with a 5% tornado risk, and especially with what I'm about to show you, a significant wind and hail risk. And some of these wind gusts may reach 80-85 miles per hour in spots, so gonna have to watch out for that, and also significant hail, some of which could reach 2.5 or 3 inches in diameter. So now I'm going to show you what the model show. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna go to the HER model to show you what's going on. It also a heavy rain potential for parts of northern Iowa extending to central or northeastern Wisconsin, so I'm gonna also show you that. But first off, show you the severe risk. So there we go. So just a bit of ongoing activity right now in central Kansas, but that's gonna die off. However, though, you can see right around 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time, some scattered thunderstorms develop somewhere in western Nebraska and possibly down into eastern Colorado. Then 5 p.m. especially, then you see explosive development here and even some more marginally severe storms into northwest Iowa, but it's going to be central Iowa down into northwestern Kansas where this upscale growth is gonna begin. And to show you the severe parameters we have, so around 2 to 3,000 joules per kilogram of instability, that'll be more than sufficient to carry these severe thunderstorms. And let's see, decent amount of supercellular activity, so would say that they'll start off with your typical isolated supercells in the beginning, and then grow upscale, congeal into a sort of MCS activity. Then again, a bit of tornado potential, but not looking at any long track violent tornadoes. Then again, any storms that do form will form quite a bit of lightning. So now, again, so 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. You can see there's still remaining multicellular clusters for the most part, single cell storms. Then a bit more organized up here, but 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11. Now it's going to be 10ish 11 tonight though, where we're going to start seeing some organization. With that organization starts, that's when you'll see more of a focus on damaging wind gusts, some of which may be straight lined. You may have downbursts, macroburst winds. And then, wait, I'm trying to remember the time. So 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10. Okay, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m. That's another thing. It's going to be a late night event tonight, so do keep weather aware, have all alerts on your phones on, have the weather radios on if you have any. But anyways, peak wind activity should be from midnight to about 4 a.m. Then you see it weaken as it starts entering Missouri in the Joplin area down to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Still raining strong over there, but then eventually it dies out. But then you see new cellular activity over here, which will be interesting. And there is a slight risk of severe weather for day after tomorrow. And another thing I want to show you in the short term is some heavy rain potential in the Midwest. So now the herd though shows the activity being more not so widespread, which is a outlier in this case. So I'm going to show you what the NAM nest shows. So as you can see, training showers and a couple thunderstorms will form over central to southern Wisconsin, slowly moving to the east, but also lifting a bit to the northeast at the same time. Then gradually going off to Michigan. I'm gonna show you just how much rainfall is expected, with perhaps some very significant rainfall over a short period of time. So they have actually issued a marginal risk for flash flooding in this area. So that is something to keep an eye on for. So again, rainfall amounts of 2 to even 3 plus inches are possible. Certainly possible where those showers and storms do impact the most. So now, something else I want to show you. It's an interesting trend the GFS and some other models have been showing the last several days. I don't know if you have ever heard of it, but and then GFS also would bring this band a bit more to the north. That's another thing. Seems very uncertain, but anyways. Don't know if you've ever heard your local National Weather Service office ever used this term before. Okay, what's going on? Why is GFS not working? Come on. Okay, there we go. Anyways, have you ever heard the term coined ring of fire activity? So basically, what this is, you have a warm front that will lift up. So I'll make a sort of a diagram. So say, for example, you have a warm front that lifts up and it's moving to the northeast. But then, meanwhile, you have a cold front. The system's a relatively slow mover. So what you get is, in this warm sector, very hot, muggy, moist, air that leads to a very unstable atmosphere, which can produce your warm front severe storms, which can produce bursts of damaging wind and hail, maybe even tornadoes as some of the stronger warm fronts, but then cold fronts where you have the more likely potential of organized severe thunderstorms, possibly even supercells here and there. And this can continue over several days in some spots where the setup is ideal, or you get the warm front storms, then a couple days of hot, muggy weather, and then you get the cold front storms. So they've been showing this event for next week for quite some time, so I'm going to show you. So skip on over to next week. That's another thing. It's been pretty much below average temperatures over this region for quite some time. It's very spring-like instead of summer, so this may be welcome in a way, but in terms of it getting warmer, but you'll see. June 11th, which by the way will be the 5th anniversary of the June 11th, 2017 derecho that went from Minnesota into northern Wisconsin and up into the Mackinac Bridge, which actually tipped over a camper there, but on the bridge. That was a pretty scary experience for them. But anyways, you'll notice very hot temperatures right here, 106 degrees in the warm front here. Then, just to give you an idea, so we're talking this upcoming Saturday. I mean, just look at that. It's gonna be pretty bad. Where this set up EHI of 11.7. Whoa. Okay, what am I looking at? Then high supercell potential again, just to the south of where the warm front is set up, and then high mid-level lapse rates. That's going to support longevity of storms and will produce longer bouts of hail, wind, and need I say more? Okay. But luckily, it looks like most of the it will be pretty isolated in nature, but where they do form, they'll be intense. Then, see, looks like an organized structure source here. Let me look at. Yeah, looks like an organized line of showers and storms, and the mid-level lapse rates being there. Wouldn't be too surprised if they contain some gusty winds, not quite severe level, but it's like gusty, born late night into early morning shower of squall sorts. But anyways, possibly Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon. As you can see, it's now straightened itself more. Instead of keeping itself confined to here, now it's just. However, though, some of the surface-based cape does manage to make itself known over west central Wisconsin, especially over here. Ooh. Then, again, yeah. Now, shear is going to be pretty high too, as you can see, 61 knots. So anything that forms up here, like the model does show, will certainly be at least marginally severe at best. Especially over here, 42 knots, anything that does form will be organized. Then again, look at that. So, again, they've been changing slightly of how this sets up, but they have been pretty consistent of generally where this is going to set up. So, Saturday, Sunday, if you're in this region, you need to be on the lookout for severe weather. So, early head up in high mid-level lapse rates and assuming, yep. Same with low-level lapse rates and yep. Wow. Anyway, should check. That's another thing. Meanwhile, very hot temperatures down here, and then up to here, up to 90 in places. So where does severe storms do form? Just for hot, muggy day. But yeah, as you can see, though, activity will be pretty widespread too. So gotta watch out for that. Then Monday, the warm front pretty much stays in place, which again is, like I said, rain of fire activity, where sits in the pretty much the same place and then slowly moves northward. You can see it continue and continue. Ooh, very hot. Let's look at this. It then may even have to see some our first hundreds up in upper Michigan to northern Wisconsin possibly. Then a bunch of 90s and upper 80s elsewhere. Then hundreds up into South Dakota. It's gonna be very hot, and with very hot temperatures and lots of humidity comes an unstable atmosphere. Boom. Boom. Although supercellular activity on this day isn't very high, but that's probably because the moisture is not really there in the upper atmosphere. As you can see, even the mid-lapse rates are lacking that day. So any storms that do form right around this time frame would be pulse type. Then, so this is just hypothetical at this point, but prepare for a prolonged period of heat, mugginess, and possibly multiple days upon multiple days of severe weather where this warm front does set up. So in conclusion, basically, northern Iowa to central Wisconsin, be prepared for heavy rainfall later tonight and early tomorrow morning. Significant damaging wind, hail, and a bit of tornado potential today across portions of Nebraska into Kansas, Oklahoma, and maybe possibly into southwestern Missouri and northwestern Arkansas. And then ring of fire, severe weather activity and heat next week. So